What's up, guys? I'm Lindsay, and this is my home. The pessimist, he sees a glass of water and he says, that's half empty. The optimist sees it and says, oh, no, that's half full. The engineer, he sees that same glass of water and says, the glass is too big for nothing. And that, my friends, is the design philosophy that guided building this CRV. Now, you're probably wondering why anyone would attempt to live in such a small space. And other than the money saved, it's also because I really wasn't at home very much, and it was getting me down to always look outside the window and see the same scenery, and sometimes the same scenery with snow. Not only was I not at home very much even when I did have an apartment, but it cost a lot per month and I was only there to basically sleep. That being said though, I assure you that the space I do have is plenty. So let me show you around. So starting from the front, we have the driver's seat and the passenger seat. The passenger seat is usually my living room / chilling area, and right now is occupied by my coat because it's warm here. All the doors, or pretty much all the doors, have books in them. If we continue going back on the vehicle, you can see that I made sure to have access to everything from inside as well as outside. So I can just open this door and have access to my clothes, which are on the bottom, or my food, which is on the top of this entire part. You'll see it more on the other side, but yeah. So here we have the bed. It's a -10-degree sleeping bag because it is winter, on a, I think, 5 or 6 inch gel foam mattress, so it's hyper comfortable. Over here to this side, we have my my dirty clothes bag. So as you can see, I'm due to go to the laundromat, and behind that, I have a little pocket in the side here, and that's where I put my water bottle actually. This is, I'd say, the main storage area. On the bottom level is clothes, all my clothes. On the top level is food, tea, and medication. And on the tippy top level, it's pretty much a catch-all area. So I have stuff I use every day or that has to be at an elevated height, like my carbon monoxide detector and smoke detector right there. I have the solar panel for my fairy lights that you can see up there. And I also have my Ryobi fan. Now, I'll go more into why I picked this fan in my video on my electricity. But, yeah, needless to say, it's a really, really good fan. And the best part about it is it fits perfectly up here. So that in summer I can have a fan over me, pointing down at me, and I never get too warm. So that's super nice. But then if we go to this side over here, we have the fire extinguisher, very important for fire safety. And I have a few fake plants and my wireless charger and chargers for various other electronics coming out of there. And underneath here is storage for a few things, including Tide Pods, dryer sheets. I have my shaving kit in here with a mirror, and I have this 12 volt here that charges my power bank, which I'll show you in the front. Now, usually where this bag is, I have a big bottle of water with this pump on top of it to provide me water. But since it's winter, it sometimes goes below freezing, and I'd rather not break the pump. Onto the electronics area. I decided to go a very, very simple route, and most of what I need is attached to a power bank, which can you see it here? Yeah, so right there. I also have my noise canceling earphones and a few other wires and stuff. Underneath here, I have storage for all my tools, and as you can see, there's also a lot more storage for other stuff there, but I don't necessarily use it. And so I have 2 big tool bags in there. Oh, and a Sharpie. And I have like my torque wrench, my breaker bar in the back, the 2 big bags of tools, and I don't really need that much else. If I need a specialized tool or something like that, I can just rent it for free or cheap, or borrow it even. So on this side, I also have this this cover, and that's for when it gets really, really cold. And my backpacking bag, which I use for, well, backpacking. So I have everything in it I need for survival in remote areas, or even less remote areas, and yeah. If we go past that here, there is my 12 volt charger for my laptop. I have a penny board that was awesomely lent to me by my brother, an extra pair of shoes, a jump starter, and this is actually my garbage right here. So I used a $3 Harbor Freight ammo can, and it works great because it fits right between the seats over there. So I'll just bring you to the other side so you can see what else is under there, and yeah. This is the other tool bag right here. I don't feel like taking it out though, because it is quite large. And I have another tool bag here, which is mostly for specialized tools like a DVOM, stuff like that. I have, this is a cabin air filter that I haven't installed yet, but I should probably do that. This is all the stuff I need for emergencies, like first aid kit, jumper cables, things like that. For here I have the obligatory baby wipes, and underneath here is my butane stove, which is there because, well, I don't cook very often, but it's there nonetheless. I have it if I need it. Above that is my gym bag, which, well, that's where I shower, in the gym, not the bag. And if we go back to the back, there's also another thing I want to show you that I forgot at the beginning. So as you can see, this vehicle has its spare tire on the back, which leaves room in the spare tire well for storage, which is super dope. And so in here, I have all the stuff that I don't need on a daily basis and don't use every day. What's really cool about the platform above that is that this is actually a table. Now this comes stock with every CRV and is quite a cool addition. Now something I forgot to show you guys is that this electronics area right here is also a desk. I also made sure to leave the area around my windows as empty as possible so that I could still see through my blind spots. A lot of people that build in small vehicles usually take out the front passenger seat, but I intentionally kept it there for stealth. So as you can imagine, as you approach a car like this on the street at night, you wouldn't really expect someone to be in it. You can obviously see both seats that are still there. Go around here, all the lights are on inside. It's very difficult to tell that someone's in here. So, for example, this is with the Reflectix installed. It just looks like normal tinted windows. And this is what it looks like without the Reflectix installed, which is also quite stealthy, but not as stealthy when you have lights on. That brings us to the end of CRV Tour 1.0. I want to thank you all for watching, subscribing, and pressing that like button. Remember to comment down below if you have any questions about this build. I'd love to answer you. And I especially want to thank my dad, who made all this possible with his amazing woodworking skills. Thanks, Dad.
Every spring a flower blossoms in my hand.
One thing I forgot to mention during the tour is that this area here used to house a cooler perfectly, but having lived with a cooler, I realized that I absolutely hate coolers. Take that, you piece of shit.